here, my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Because without you guys, you know, I would look like a complete crazy man talking to myself. Now, I got to tell you, the haters are definitely out there. I just saw a clip, I'll share it with you guys later in this video, from NFL AM or Good Morning Football or whatever it is. You know, they keep changing the show up from NFL AM to Good Morning Football to whatever the hell. But today's focus is, of course, the Dallas Cowboys, because the Dallas Cowboys, let's face it, they're the money team. They're the team you're going to get paid to talk about. And I am so sick of hearing people talking about the Dallas Cowboys defense that's going to have rookies in the secondary playing, because they've lost veterans like first-round pick Morris Claiborne and Brandon Carr and all these guys. Guys, I'm sorry. Honestly, what has Morris Claiborne done as a first-round draft pick? He had a couple of good games at the beginning of the season, but dude has been MIA. I'm sick of people saying that he was a first-round draft pick. Well, guess what? There's a lot of guys that were first-round draft picks that didn't do squadoosh. You would think that we're going to be just taking these three guys, and that's going to be it. That's the only defensive backs that we're going to have are three rookies. But they don't talk about Byron Jones. You know, he had 88 tackles last year and an interception. They don't talk about Anthony Brown as a rookie who had a phenomenal season. They don't talk about a veteran like Orlando Scandrick, who is now hungry as can be and reads the writing on the wall. If I do not perform, my butt's gone. Who's going to be motivated? Yeah. So it's not just these three rookies that they keep talking about, that the Dallas Cowboys defense, they've got three starting rookies. I just don't know what we're going to get. This is the same crap we have been hearing forever. We heard that after the 2013 season when we lost Jason Hatcher and DeMarcus Ware. But yet they have steadily been getting better each year. Now, don't get me wrong. They're not exactly where we need them to be, but I look at having young, hungry guys, a team that is becoming a team coming together, as a positive. And I look at our offense, which will be a ball control offense again. So let's go to the clip from NFL Network and check them out.
From an AFC contender to an NFC contender, let's talk Cowboys, right? They took to the links for their annual sponsor appreciation golf classic, and you can check out right now Dak Prescott and Zeke on the old course, guys. Now, obviously, I'm not a golfer, but they look pretty happy.
You mean the feeding thing with the driver? Golf club. That's still a thing, the feed? Okay. It's like a dab. That's the back, the summer of the dab, that's right. It got to be living the life. Yeah, I'm good at this summer.
So they did some talking, and Dak Prescott talked about leadership and his role there in the 2017 season. Here's Jason Garrett and Jerry Jones on their QB.
He does have some natural leadership qualities, and that's one of the things we really liked about him, you know, coming out in the draft. The people of Mississippi State were just really raved about his intangible qualities, playing the quarterback position and leading their team. And we saw a lot of evidence of that last year, and really a challenging situation for him as a rookie quarterback in the NFL. So we saw that grow over the course of the season. We expect that to continue to grow, and it's something that we want. We want to empower him as the quarterback of this team to continue to take charge. He's done a really nice job of that up to this point.
Arguably, his best quality is his ability to be comfortable when he's suggesting some things or when the players are suggesting things to him. So it would be remiss if we didn't take advantage of his demeanor, his leadership capabilities, and just his willingness to get better. Well, I'm really, and we are counting on that to be even a bigger factor in our success.
All right, let's talk about Dak setting a rookie record with a 104.9 rating in 2016. He won the Offensive Rookie of the Year. Are we expecting him to have the same type of success this year? Because this team went through a lot of changes. I think this team, known for their offensive line, they lose two of their guys, right? That's what all the hype was about with him and Zeke. The other parts of the division sort of shored up offensively, especially adding weapons to their respective QBs. What are our thoughts on the Cowboys? Love that we're talking Cowboys
It is
here
pretty fun.
on a Thursday.
It was funny during that sound. We're watching on the golf course, and Nate brought up the movie One Crazy Summer. John Cusack, Bobcat Goldthwait. Bobcat Goldthwait blocked me on Twitter. Strange story. For real. I'll get into it on the podcast sometime. He blocked me. I'm blocked. It was One Crazy Summer. I'm wondering if it's going to be one long fall, though. All right? I love the Cowboys. We celebrate them. Good for business. All good for America. That schedule is no joke. Their offseason roster moves, no joke. They lost a lot of starters. And Nate, I know you love Scott Linehan.
Yeah, I do.
Linehan or Shanahan, Nate? Sophie's choice. Who's your guy? Sophie's choice, Nate.
Tough. Kyle Shanahan texted me yesterday and said congrats on the Emmy and all that. So I can't choose.
I love Dak. I love Zeke. I love Linehan. I love all those guys. I don't love the idea that they could have three rookies in the secondary. All right? The offense is awesome. I think they're going to be great. Dez, Colby's, all those guys. Who's going to guard Odell? Who's going to guard Brandon Marshall? Who's going to guard Alshon? Do you know that they go to Atlanta this year? Do you know that they go to Oakland this year? Who's going to guard Terrell Pryor? I don't know who's going to guard anybody. I think the offense will put up a lot of points, and they better. This could be a very long fall for Dallas. If I have to pick one division winner from last year who might fall off, I have to pick Cowboys. I really do.
At Kyle Brandt, Cowboys.
Really? Go ahead. You too, Bobcat.
I disagree. I disagree 100%. Even with the youth on the defensive side of the ball, that offense is so strong. And we saw it in that Green Bay game where it was basically just a shootout. And Dak Prescott and that offense stepped up. Now you get everybody coming back healthy.
No, you don't. You lose Ronald Leary and Doug Free.
But that offense is structured in such a way that if you lose one piece, they're still going to be just as successful. Jason Witten is going to come back playing at a high level. He's a Hall of Famer. Des Bryant is going to be healthy, starting the season off. And then you have the host of wide receivers. Zeke Elliott and Dak Prescott. This is a new generation.
Julio Jones,
and then you got to keep in mind, you mentioned Scott Linehan. This is another system. Dak did all this as the third-string quarterback.
Great.
Now he's been in the summer learning the playbook like the back of his hand. You got to imagine the type of comfort he's going to come into the season with. You thought it was fun to watch these guys this year. Wait until you see 2017.
Yeah, we all love Dak. We all love Dak. And nobody's disagreeing. We love Dak. We love Zeke. I'm worried.
But they prove they can go in.
Who's going to guard Julio Jones?
They prove they can get into a shootout.
They got to open with the Giants.
Who was added,
They've lost
Terrell
two in a row to the
Pryor,
Giants.
who was added to that division, Brandon Marshall, who was added to that
If they
division.
didn't prove to me last year that they couldn't go into a shootout and put up points, then I wouldn't be concerned with that.
7 playoff teams. They got to go to Denver. They got to go to Arizona. Those are the first 3 weeks.
I feel you. It's going to be tough.
I'm talking about a 1-2 start for these Cowboys, and the sky is falling. I don't know who's playing defense for them. I love Dak. I love
Zeke. I
Zeke.
would just say this, and I love this discussion because we don't know at the moment. Maybe they do rise to the occasion. And to Nate's point,
I hope
the
they
best
do.
team in football last year until the playoffs.
Right.
So why shouldn't
My kid needs a new bike. I hope the Cowboys
That
do.
said, Nate, second year in the system for Dak and Zeke. Okay, we know it better.
Right.
What is the book out on Dak Prescott? The defensive coordinator spent the entire offseason saying, okay, now we've got some film on this guy, and now we know what his weaknesses are. And it's almost like a pitcher. The second time around, when you see a pitcher, you're like, all right, I know what this guy throws. I know his stuff. Is there something to that as well?
No, because he's just scratching the surface. I feel like there's a lot of Dak that we haven't seen. We've seen him show his athletic ability just a little bit in spurts. We're going to see that in the system. We're going to see that in the game plan. You'll see a lot more out of Dak Prescott in that offense going into the season.
Early expectations for the Cowboys, talking about all the entire league all show long here. You guys can tweet us at #GMFB. The Jags picked Fournette 4th